What's shaking YouTubeites? Welcome to Lords of the Long Box presents the CovrPrice comic book shakers of the week. Happy you guys can join us on this beautiful Thursday. School's out, right? Too bad I don't got any Alice Cooper for you, Otto, but maybe next time because school's out for the summer. At least for Otto it is. But it is. Tomorrow it is Friday, so we got to bust out Freestyle Friday while you guys are congregating.
The baddest on the microphone apparatus is here. When I rock a rhyme, often eyes are dropping a tear. It's so beautiful, it's America's landscapes when this man makes lyrics like the syrups that you pour upon your pancakes. My mandate is to grip minds like a handshake. Spit Orlando Lakes and go skinny dip with the fan base. Over any damn breakbeat, I hastily make pastries tastier than anything that Wolfgang makes. So take notes out of suckers, I make coats, lump of some like Bubba Gump fishing on lake boats. I take jokes and turn the comedy into drama. I'm bagging on your mama, I'm Jeffrey Dahmer behind ya. I'm a rhyme writer, lock stock, smoking the ganja. Rebuttals befuddle, leaving a puddle of saliva, sillies. You couldn't handle Randall when I throw my grammar at you. It hit your head and you would think I threw a hammer at you. I point the camera at you like Herb Ritz. Develop it, then use the pictures to pick up bird shits. You're nervous as the impervious wordsmiths hanging out in Rafa's new crib come with the verses.
As always, for Freestyle Friday, we got to get some Jimmy Woo and some freestyle music. Gabe, say what's good to the people.
Yo, what up, everybody? Welcome in. Thursday is the Shaker list. Got some fun stuff in here. It's the Ofer list for a reason, and you'll see why tonight.
I think they may have one or two, maybe. But speaking of one or two, Otto from 3 Minute Basement, say what's good to the people.
Two bald dudes in the house. I think the guys with the hairstyle and the gel are kind of in the minority right now. You got two bald brothers ready to go tonight, so let's go.
Bald and glasses. That's
Did you
beautiful.
say gel? Man, I haven't used gel since the 90s, bro. It's all about pomade now. Come on now. I know you guys haven't had hair in a while, but come on.
I had that Dress Flores stuff back in the day.
There you go. Tres Teneritas. Oh, man, that was like straight grease. You had to wash your hair like for 10 minutes straight to get that out. But hey, this show is sponsored by our friends over at CovrPrice.com for your price guides, collections, and trends. Sign up for $6.99 a month. The show is also sponsored by our friends at keycollectibles.com. Go to facebook.com, Instagram.com/Key Collectibles for all your CCC facilitating pressing cleaning services. Hit them up and they can tell you what they do. Also, tomorrow at noon Pacific, I want to get this date right, Whatnot, or excuse me, our friends at CovrPrice is doing a Whatnot giveaway. So make sure you check that out. They're giving away, I think there's something like, here we go. I got the graphic for it. Over $3,000 in prizes. It's a straight giveaway on CovrPrice Whatnot page. Last time they did this, they had like 700 people on there. One of our clients. Slab 9.9, 9.8, signed comics, Scout Pressworks printing plate, metal cover variants, and exclusive bot sets. So make sure you follow CovrPrice on Whatnot. They had a huge turnout for their first one, so get some free stuff. No, it's not a sale; they're just giving away stuff. You just gotta sign in and just enter, put in your name, and say hello, and sign up. All right, let's get right to it, boys and girls. This is the CovrPrice Comic Book Shakers of the Week. This list comes from our friends on CovrPrice, focusing on new sales or the most interesting sales found on their exclusive daily Shakers list. This list changes several times every day, so make sure you check it out every day to review some of the hottest trending books on the market. After we go through these 10, we're going to see what's shaken today, boys and girls, because the list changes several times a day. So let's get right to it. What do you got for the first one, Gabe?
All right, first one's a major one, everybody. Amazing Spider-Man 667. This is the Gabriel Del Otto 1 in 100 variant from 2021. How many times do you see a book set a new record for not just its issue, but an entire age of comics? This is the king of variants and has just become the king of modern comics with a massive high sell of $43,200 for a CGC 9.8 over on Heritage, smashing the previous high of just a measly $33,600 almost a year ago to the day. This is a true testament to the rarity and power of low print variants, and especially the aftermarket powerhouse, which is Spider-Man.
No first appearances, right? It's just a rare variant, right?
It's just impossible to find. Yeah.
Yeah. I've seen this a few times, like people posted it, and this was when it was like a 4-figure book, but now it's a whole new stratosphere. That is absolutely amazing that what this book has done. Where's Kenny Golden State? I could have swore he had one, but
I said in a pre-show, I've sold 4 of these at my time with Torpedo for like major money, like $30,000.
Holy cow! All right,
they were graded. They must have been graded, right?
Yeah, there were like 9.6s and stuff like that at the time. Yeah, 9.6s, 9.4s, I think. Yeah.
I'm trying to think back to 2011. I was collecting back then. I'm trying to think if there was many, like the variant craze was really jumping off again back in 2011. Because
especially not for a 1 in 100 too. For just
in the mid 2000s, things were slowing down, and I think you started.
This is the housing crisis time too. This economy is really rough at this point.
Yeah,
too,
This is when those mortgages tanked the market. Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
Awful.
All right, so ASM 667, the Gabriel Del Otto 1 in 100 variant sold for a cool $4,300 grand in a 9.8. Make that $43,200 just to add on the extra. Matt should have probably watched the show last week because we showed this book when we were seeing what was shaking. What is it?
This is unbelievable. So we go from 2011. Now we're going all the way back to 1941. So get ready to go 0 for 2. This is Better Comics #1, Maple Leaf Publishing from 1941. This has some serious history behind it. Somewhat of an explanation as to why a CGC 5.5 sold for $18,100. When Canada banned U.S. comics in 1940 in a bid to rely less on U.S. imports, in turn aiding a war effort at home, they found themselves in a predicament due to a lack of homegrown Canadian heroes. But in times of calamity, creative tends to thrive. This led to the creation of Canada's own Iron Man from the mind of Vernon Miller, and also among its first works. Iron Man was indestructible, had superhero strength, was amphibious, and loved to fight the Nazis. It was also the first 15-cent Canadian book, as well as the beginning of a trend called Canadian Whites, or books with color covers and white and black interiors. This book was a trendsetter, and this was a sale as well. As a graded book has never been available online for auction. Not to mention, this is a number 1 of 10 believed to be in existence. History, scarcity, and a niche memorabilia have combined to blast this book into the stratosphere, and one lucky collector paid a premium to call it theirs. I can't even tell you. Look at this, man. My God.
Yeah. So when we looked at this last week, we didn't know the what the story was behind it. So now you know about the scarcity in Canadian comics and banning of American comics. That's a wild story. I mean, you really got to know your stuff to know that, because it doesn't say anything on. If you were to get it graded, I doubt the label would even tell you that. But, people in the know, people have been hunting rarity and Golden Age comics. Better Comics #1 from Maple Leaf Publishing, 1941, 18,100 and a 5.5.
Yeah,
Come
right.
on.
My God.
We all learned something today. This is great.
Yeah.
0 for 2, baby. 0 for 2.
We go to Maple Leaf Comics and Iron Man to your favorite Vegetable Man.
That's right. We're talking about Flaming Carrot Comics #1 from Killian Barracks. Back in 1981. Independent comics are in vogue as prices for Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Usagi Yojimbo, and Cerberus keep hitting all-time highs. The Flaming Carrot predates all of those books, and this is his first appearance that occurred in Visions #1 way back in 1979, which coincidentally sold for a whopping $1,425 on June 8th of this year. That was a raw copy. After his first appearance, creator Bob Burton self-published Flaming Carrot Comics #1 as an oversized one-shot. These books rarely come up for sale, and we have only recorded 10 previous raw sales since 2018. The latest raw sale on June 8th, 2022 surpassed all previous raw and graded sales at $340. It's not a bad idea to grab any older, rare, independent comic books when you see them. $340, that's a deal for something like this.
That is a wild ass cover. I don't know what's going on there. It looks like a Frankenstein dude and maybe a pickle demon guy.
Look at his feet. Like, besides
he's got
having
webbed
a
feet.
carrot head.
Yeah. I wonder who owns the intellectual property for this. Like, why they wouldn't create like some type of animated film or something along those lines, because you think about somebody sitting on these intellectual properties, and if they were to make it, I think people will watch it just out of nostalgia. I remember Earthworm Jim. Do you remember that video game?
Oh yeah.
There's a comic book based on it. I don't know if there's a Captain Carrot or Carrot Head or whatever the fuck his name is that ever had that based on it, but you go from Flaming Carrot Comics to a talking horse. Did I just say talking horse?
Right.
You're damn right.
My God, Mr. Ed. My God, now we're going back, man. So we're talking about 4-color issue number 1295 from Dell Comics in 1962. If you're not familiar with Mr. Ed, the talking horse, you're missing out. I mean, you got to be of a certain age to remember this. He aired on television for 6 seasons for a total of 143 episodes from 1961 to 1966. Not familiar? It's okay. Maybe you're more familiar with Dave Chappelle's skits, like the Frontline Racist, Hollywood Animal skits. Hilarious. Either way, did you know that Mr. Ed was featured in a comic book too? Mr. Ed made his mark on the comic book industry through Dell Publishing in 4-color, an American comic book anthology, issue 1295, dating back to 1962. Recently, a 9.8 graded copy sold for $2,040. The only other recorded sale for graded copies were at a 9.6 in 2016 for $430.20, and in a 9.2 in April from this year and $408. Clearly, Mr. Ed is on a rise. So whether you're an avid Mr. Ed fan or a Dave Chappelle fan, this book holds plenty of nostalgia for the classic character. With such a history, you can grab a raw copy of this book for around $10 if you find it. A Dell book, a Mr. Ed book. I mean, I don't know, man. This is crazy.
Lon seen the show. He remembers Wilbur. Hi, I'm Mr.
Put some
Ed.
peanut butter in his mouth and make him talk.
Yes,
I know.
exactly.
That's what they did. They did that with all the animals, back the monkeys or whatever, to do the all the crazy stuff that what the kids had that back then to what they have now. But 4-color issue number 1295, is that right? There was
1295 of Dell Comics, man. My God.
Wow.
There's another book out there. Dell does used to do a lot of like licensed stuff, like TV shows. One of my favorite comics of all time, my favorite cover is for Rifleman number 10 that Dell Comics.
Stan Lee,
so everybody,
right? Is that the
I
one
don't know if
the
it's
model
Stan Lee
for?
related. No, that's Red Rider.
Okay,
but Rifleman number 10. Everybody Google it and have yourself a nice laugh.
All right.
Is it based off the TV show?
Yeah, it's based off the TV show. Right.
So is it like just a picture of from the show, or is it an actual comic cover?
It's a total cover.
Okay, I may have to look that up. But yo,
It's amazing.
1962, a 9.8. Wow, somebody truly does have a time machine. So four color issue number 1295 from 1962, only $2,000 for a 9.8. That seems like kind of a bargain for a 9.8 Silver Age, regardless if you know who Mr. Ed is. But we go from that to something I think you got a chance to get on the board with, perhaps.
Yeah, this is something for all the Rob Liefeld, the Todd McFarlane collectors out there. We're talking about Infinity Inc. number 14, DC Comics 1985. $418.95. Just bought someone this book in a CGC graded 9.8. Oof. Why such a high value for a book starring the sons and daughters of DC's Justice Society of America? Well, the legendary hero idea is pretty rad, but this was also Todd McFarlane's first published cover art. McFarlane began here and then replaced the phenomenal Alan Davis on Detective Comics. After Davis's unexpected departure from DC, a cover drawn by Davis has been tampered with at the directorial of the editorial department. Davis ended up quitting as a result. McFarlane graduated to Marvel, where he drew Hulk during Peter David's run. Todd's next job would be one that made him a fan favorite. He began drawing Spider-Man, where his impossible anatomy and over-rendered style exploded in the hearts of the readers. During this run, Todd helped introduce Venom. Todd was popular enough to be given his own brand new Spidey book as a compromise from Marvel, with whom conflict had risen regarding censorship and content as well. This new McFarlane Spidey run will soon be abandoned when he left Marvel to go and co-front Image Comics, launching the creator-owned Spawn title. McFarlane has since created McFarlane Toys, who currently produces action figures for DC Comics, bringing his career full circle. This book is where Todd McFarlane got his professional start.
Wow. And it's written by Roy Thomas. That's kind of incredible.
This was a great run. I was collecting this right off the rip, and this was so much fun, but I probably stopped at issue like 12. But this was a lot of fun. This was a great series to collect as a kid.
Yeah, because I also remember McFarlane did there was an Invasion 3-issue miniseries that he did over at DC. I'm trying to remember if that was after his stint at Marvel or is this before his stint at Marvel, because that was when Todd McFarlane was hot, and I remember that Invasion miniseries came out, and I was like, yo, Todd McFarlane, I got to get this, son. I was like, shout out to, who was I going to say? Doug Bratton, man. Yeah, always watch a show on Rewind on the East Coast, first live stream. Welcome aboard, man. Glad you could join us live. So Infinity Inc., issue number 14 for you McFarlane heads out there. $418.95 for a 9.8. That definitely sounds like an eBay sale when you see that the cents on the end of it there. Yeah, really. All right. So we go from that to something newer yet rarer. What?
Yeah. No, this is interesting right here. This is the Marauders number 1, the Russell Dauterman second print Virgin Red Queen 1 in 25 from 2019. This book is just barely 32 months old. Sold this week for $299 in a CGC graded 9.6. Marvel's mutants regularly do remarkable things, and this title was part of the Marvel and Jonathan Hickman's sweeping relaunch of the X-Men franchise. Although this one was written by Gary Dugan, and The Marauders was a book in which Kitty Pryde leads a team of X-Men calling themselves the Marauders, and funded by Emma Frost's Hellfire Trading Company. And no, this isn't the mutant Trader Joe's. This is basically the X-Men as pirates, but fighting for good. It's actually really good. This issue specifically is a kind of mutant in itself. See, this is a Virgin, no text, title, or branding, just art, cover variant. One copy printed for every 25 regular versions. This was supposed to be a retailer incentive exclusive from Diamond Comics, but the back cover was misprinted. The aired back cover attributed to the exclusively to the Golden Apple Comics and erroneously credits the cover illustration to the Korean artist Jaeyoung Lee, but in real life, Russell Dauterman was the illustrator. This symphony of errors and misprints made this version of the book rare, not bad for a second printing of X-Men at Sea. My God, Tim, you set me up on that one, dude. That was like, holy
gotta
crow.
know why people are paying $300 for it. But yeah, I was reading this run too, where it's kind of fun. She's like a pirate, and she has like a team of like this is all from the Hickman run where they span out and they're Krakoans and all this and that. And Kitty Pryde throughout the years is proven herself to be kind of a badass. She kind of started as a young, I always remember that X-Men cover, "Welcome to the X-Men, Kitty Pryde." It'll be your, something along those lines. But she's pretty dope in this, man. You have not really seen Kitty Pryde a badass until she phases through somebody and solidifies her arm,
for sure.
Right? Exactly. She could literally like go in, grab your heart, and then take it out. I always say, don't sleep on Kitty Pryde, don't sleep on the Invisible Woman. Very powerful. Like I always say, like the Invisible Woman can create a little invisible bubble and put it inside your blood, inside your bloodstream, and explode you. Yeah, exactly.
Well, Kitty Pryde was the star of the Pride of the X-Men animated movie or pilot. That's one of my favorite X-Men things ever. Is that cartoon?
Yeah. We'll see if she comes back, man. Once the Feige effect takes effect, definitely going to recast her. Because I think the chick that played her in the original series is now a dude. I don't know. I'm not too sure about that. Yeah, because she's in the Umbrella Academy, right? Or he. I don't know. I'm not good to pronounce. But Marauders, Russell Dowderman, second print, the Virgin Red Queen variant, 1 in 25, $300, boys and girls. All right, we go from one modern to another.
All right, this one is going to be, this is Silk #1. This is the Stacey Lee 1 in 25 variant from 2015. Not much has been mentioned about the Silk project since being announced as an Amazon Prime series. Producer Phil Lord has recently stated that it is off to a really exciting start and that news will be forthcoming soon. With no director or lead actor announced, Silk keys are slowly moving up in value as collectors await more news. A raw copy of the gorgeous Stacey Lee variant sold for a record of $325 on June 9th, surpassing the most recent 9.8 sale of $290 on May 4th. It's steady as she goes for Silk at this point.
Yeah, I think Silk for some reason has some really great variants. Like the one that always stands out to me is the Rose Besh variant. I think it's Silk #4, #7, where she's got the sneakers. I'm still looking for that, by the way. I know it's only like a $50 book, but it's a hot cover. And I remember when, like, I think Silk 1 came out and then they relaunched it again, right? I think there's a volume 2 or something along those lines. But all the people, there's some great Silk variants. Obviously, they were doing a lot of them, but there's quite a few. Amazing Spider-Man #1 is arguably her cameo, but it's maybe Amazing Spider-Man #4. Expect as soon as whatever news drops that it's going to go through the roof. You've been warned, boys and girls. We told you. So I'm about to get on the board, but not with this grade.
No, I know. My goodness, look at this. Silver Surfer #1, 1968. The classic origin story of Silver Surfer is once again on the rise. Stan Lee really outdid himself with this script and character. We all know how much Stan Lee coveted the Silver Surfer, and he, as we know, to become the Herald of Galactus and one of the most well-known Marvel comic book characters of all time. According to the CGC census, there are a total of 5,984 CGC graded books in circulation. That's too many, right? No, well, it doesn't even breach the surface. Last week, a raw copy of this book sold for, I'm shocked, $5,650, shattering a previous high of $1,695 from December of last year. What's driving this book to sell for so much? Who knows? The last bit of news regarding the Silver Surfer seems to be from April of this year, teasing his appearance in the MCU. Since then, everything seems to be quiet on the news front. It's easy to chalk this sale up to an excited buyer, but be wary. This recent sale has this book trending upwards of 60.88%, meaning the fair market value is on the rise. I mean, square-bound book, staple in everybody's collection, classic cover. It is what it is. My God,
it's the best. I think it's the best Marvel origin story, in my opinion. I love this origin story.
Yep.
Yeah. What did Silver Surfer say when he took Galactus's deal? tatas in law. I thought, sorry, that's my but this is a very famous pose as well. The first appearance of the Vision from the Avengers has this pose as well. There are a lot of people have used this pose. And look, Surfer's got underwear on. You know,
Fun
a lot of
fact
times
about-
a lot of times you don't see him with underwear. Yeah.
Yeah.
I
Fun
mean,
fact about this book is I have this in a cover list, 0.5. And the cover, the first page of this book, you guys know I love my 0.5s. The cover is actually, the first page is better than this cover. So go look it up. Open up your books, guys, and read them. The first page is unbelievable. Yeah.
I can't remember it now, but mine is already graded, so I will crack it.
You probably got 2 copies of this.
This is a square bound book too, so it's hard as hell to find. I have the first 4 issues of Silver Surfer graded, and then not the one subsequent to that. But they just got to find the right actor for it. Like poo poo on the Silver Surfer movie all you want, but Lawrence Fishburne as the voice of Silver Surfer. It's kind of the better things.
Great, it's great.
Yeah, I mean, we had the Galactus Cloud, but it wasn't. You can't blame the movie makers on that because at the time that was the Ultimates version of Galactus. If you read the Ultimates line, he was just like a cloud of like crazy stuff. Because the Ultimate storyline was supposed to be more grounded, right? So like at the beginning of the Ultimates, like they didn't even know Thor was a god yet. They just thought he had the power belt on. So I don't want to give it away, but it was the Ultimates ended up dying out, but it was a great kind of relaunch to get new readers in. Obviously, Ultimate Spider-Man, Miles Morales and everything, and then they did away with the universe, and maybe 1 or 2 characters snuck into the 616 like Miles Morales. But Silver Surfer #1 from 1968, a raw dog, dare I say, $5,650. My God, that better be near pin plus. I swear to God. All right, here's another interesting book.
All right, Sonic the Hedgehog #90. This is from Archie Comics, 1993. When the first Sonic the Hedgehog trailer released in 2019, the ugly Sonic almost derailed the Sonic franchise before it even had a chance to restart. Yet, in a rare occurrence, Paramount and the film's creative team listened. They went back to work on updating the film to reflect Sonic's traditional look, and it worked. Fans loved the update and celebrated his unique fan-studio partnership. Despite releasing in 2020, at the emergence of COVID, the film was a success and went on to produce and release an even more successful film with Sonic the Hedgehog 2, with the recent film introduction of Tails and Knuckles. Yet at the end of the film, we were given a brief glimpse of, spoilers, Shadow the Hedgehog. Shadow is Sonic's occasional rival in the video games and films. This appearance sent Shadow's key first appearance to crazy new highs. It was already a steady $100 book, but after Sonic 2, it doubled in price. However, this week's all-time high sell of $500 raw makes this book a go out and hunt for ASAP.
Wow, for Shadow the Hedgehog. We've always had Nintendo books on this list. We've never had Sega books. Really, I'm trying to think of any Sega books on here, but maybe it's a trickle down theory. Maybe for me, I was always a Nintendo guy, but then the Sega, Sonic was basically their launch brand, right? As like Mario Brothers was to Nintendo, right? But yeah, I haven't seen the new Sonic movie, but hey, there's probably fans of it for nostalgia purposes.
I love the first one.
Yeah, the new Sonic movie was good. I watched it with my youngest, and it was a lot of fun. Good movie.
Yeah, with Jim Carrey and a crazy twirly mustache. Yeah.
Oh yeah, good stuff. And the other characters too, man.
Shadow the Hedgehog was in it, right? That's the evil version of him. Yeah. So there you go. Great.
Yeah.
So Sonic the Hedgehog #98 from 1993, the first appearance of Shadow the Hedgehog. We always talk about characters first meeting in a comic book, and this is probably the most important meeting ever.
Yep. Superman 76, 1952. A back issue that can be considered one of the world's finest. That's right. This comic book recently sold for $6,888. My God, if you would have bid that extra dollar, you would have gotten this in a CGC graded 8.5, published in 1952. This is the first time Superman met Batman in a story appropriately called The Mightiest Team in the World. Batman takes a cruise after solving all crime in Gotham, while Robin is visiting relatives. Robin had other relatives. I don't know about that. They didn't take guardianship of him. Okay. Superman happens to be on the same cruise, enjoying some super self-care. The two of them are forced to share a cabin due to the boat's overcrowding.
So
all right. I know. We get it. The 1950s, everyone. Get it? It happens. Soon the two discover their prospective secret identities while stopping a jewel thief aboard the cruise ship. They promise not to divulge each other's alter egos and have remained super buddies ever since. All right, listen. The Golden Age, Earth 2, Supes and Batty knew each other from other memberships of the Justice Society, but this is considered the first appearance of the Silver Age. Earth 1, we're talking about. Batman, Robin, and also Batman's first actual meeting with Superman. Additionally, this issue features a second Superman story by Batman and Robin, and most of their Rogues Gallery Bill Finger. So they're on a cruise together. They're hanging out. It's simple. It's a great time. Take it for what it is, everybody.
Because you figure they're gonna figure it out. Superman has X-ray vision. He probably saw his Batman suit, and then the world's greatest detective probably figured out, you're Superman.
Exactly.
So, I can tell those glasses aren't throwing anybody off. But this should be an answer to an important trivia question. When did Batman and Superman first meet in the comics? Superman issue number 76. From 1952, $6,800 and an 8.5 seems relatively cheap to me. I think that's the next wave of collecting is people buying. We always talk about it. Get the first time characters meet. So on and so forth. But there you go, boys and girls, in the tight bowl. Let's go see what's shaking today, shall we? As I seemingly transition, as I say every week, to our cover price screen here.
That's a great book, though.
Yeah,
both of them on a cover. Why are they on a building though? I thought they were on a cruise ship.
You never know. Superman couldn't even fly for the longest time. So, so now we're on CovrPrice. As we said, check out CovrPrice on Whatnot for their Free Fest Friday tomorrow at noon Pacific, and they're just giving away a bunch of free stuff, man. Here's the weekly top 10. These are the weekly movers. And when you get your full membership, you can see everything. But we're here to see what's shaking today, boys and girls. I can tell you, I got 3 of these in the top row there. Let's see if I'm right or not. Yes, I do. We were just talking about Silver Surfer 6.0, so for $37.50. Giant Size X-Men. Good to see that moving. Wow. This book has really jumped up in price.
I'm so done with that book. My God.
Newsstand edition.
Oh, newsstand. All right, I get it.
Oh, from a 1979 book? Oh, no.
Yeah. Well, let's look at the scarcity of between newsstand and in 1979. So 94 direct newsstand. So it's almost better to get direct stand if you can. And I believe back then they had a cross across the UPC code to tell you it was a direct stand. Let me see if they have it right here. Oh,
that's how my first appearance of Terrax is like that. It has the cross.
Yeah. Here it is right here.
Crossbar, right? Yeah.
Here's the crossbar right down here. That's how you can tell the direct edition. I think I still have mine in a 9.4. I'm trying to remember, but some people know things. Speaking of Miss Marvel, this is the rarity of the two. This is Captain Marvel.
You still got the other graphic up, Tim.
Oh yeah. Sorry about that, boys and girls. Here, let me do away with this. Booyah and surprise you. There you go. Captain Marvel number 17. This is the second print. First Kamala Khan and Miss Marvel cover only, predates all new Marvel Now .1. Second Kamala Khan cameo, last page. $2,500 in a 9.8.
Wow.
If we haven't seen the show yet, go into it with open mind, and I think you'll be entertained, man. Just let the story tell itself.
So much fun.
It's a fun little story, and you and your whole family can sit down and enjoy it. Ghost Rider making the list. Oh man, here's some classic X-Men for you.
Yeah, that hasn't made the list in a long time. I don't remember seeing this book for a hot minute. I mean,
this is the first.
This is bound to happen. We're bound to have
bound, 100%.
First full appearance Alpha Flight. $18.98 for 9.8. Wow, that's super cheap, man. Because I remember I have that one.
Jump
and I also
on
have
that
this
book.
one.
I'll pay $2,000 for 9.8 on that any day.
Yeah, I would too.
I have this one too, which is the first appearance of
Alpha
Sasquatch.
Flight kicked their ass, but granted, they weren't prepared for him. But Alpha Flight kicked their ass in that episode.
Also, what was the first appearance of 109? Is the first appearance of Vindicator? Yeah.
Yeah.
This damn book. Spider-Verse issue number 6. First appearance of the Spinster, Sea Spider, Spider Requiem, Garden Spider, Spider String, V, Sun Spider, Spider, and the White Widow. Man, that's a lot of first appearances. You get that on the CDC label. $1,500 and a 9.8. Wow. Telling you, anything Spider-Man, they're going crazy with it. So I can't wait to see the animated version. We always got to talk about horror when we talk about the cover.
Yeah, look at that bad boy. I love that purple cover too.
Yep. Our usual suspects, the Vault Keeper, the Crypt Keeper, and the Old Witch.
Yeah.
Good old
Ralph.
Johnny Craig cover.
Yeah. Oh, Ralph, I miss you so. Why did you have to die? Only you could come back to me. Yeah, he's not dead now. He's the undead.
Oh my God.
Vault of Horror number 19 from EC Comics. $1,500 and 9.0. That's a good grade for these EC horror books, man.
That's interesting when you see the prices of that versus the 9.8 of that Spider-Verse. It kind of has that conversation. If you had $1,500, what would you rather buy? An awesome horror book or a bunch of really cool
Fantastic Four annual? But anyway,
right.
Or would you get this for $1,500 in a raw? This is America's Best Comics. Look at that. $1,436 for a raw dog, and this isn't even this is featuring Black Terror and Doc Strange. So I think Doc Strange is on the, I don't know who it is. Black Terror is definitely the dude that has a skull and crossbones. But if you look at, you got Doc Strange with the Russian flag and a Britain flag. Obviously, this is what year was this? Yeah, 1944. This is where we knew that Russia was really going to be bad. Basically, when Berlin fell to the Allied forces, Berlin was split in two. So you had East Berlin and West Berlin, right? A lot of people don't remember that because all you know is David Hasselhoff took down the wall.
That's right.
That's all. But during World War II, the Nazis were afraid to get captured by the Russians because the Russians were assassinating them all. They'd rather have been captured by the Allies. Famously, if you ever seen the Patton movie, Patton says, "Look, we better fight him now, or else we're going to fight him in the future." And they end up splitting the city. So Berlin was two cities for the longest time until the 90s when, down came the wall and all those other things. Kind of amazing history when you think about it. But, the Russian forces, they helped surround the Nazis in Berlin, and the rest is history. By the way, I love military history, films or any documentaries or anything. It's kind of amazing. But, hey, I have this. This is our first America Chavez, 809 for 9.8. Man, she's coming back. Why? This book should have more value. I do believe. I think as soon as she comes back for something else, people get kind of a one and done thing. And
wait till Young Avengers comes out with her in it or something.
Exactly. Yeah. Yo, classic Superman covers right here. I tell you, there's something about these Golden Age Superman covers that have yellow covers that are just badass. So this is the 10th anniversary issue, The Origin of Superman. 10th anniversary, and it's already 1948. That's crazy. It had been around for 10 years already. $760 for a 2.5. What is the highest known value? 9.0 so far, nearly 9,000 back in May of 2018. But yeah, there's a classic early Action Comics, Superman comics, all have these kind of gold and yellow covers. This is not surprising to me. What are we seeing? First appearance of Zatanna. Yeah, this book was hot for a minute when people were specking on Zatanna, and then we just kind of fizzled away. We haven't heard much news on it, but Hawkman looks pretty dope in the new Black Adam trailer. If you guys seen it, yeah. What is?
Oh, look at this! Look at the Wonder Man. We'll talk about that tomorrow.
We'll talk about that in a minute, but this is a John Romita Sr. remastered, 1 in 1,000. Pretty sure this is a one per story at 1 in 1,000, but this looks like remastered. Looks like possibly a panel from one of the internal pages that he did in the past, and they touched it up or remastered it, meaning they just did an homage to it. But that looks dope.
That 1 in 1,000 that ends up going to like those like KRS, those places that do their own variants. Yeah. So when you do your own variant, you got to get like it's like 35, 4,000, 5,000 copies depending on what the Marvel's requesting, and you get all the variant ratios with it.
But if you think back in 2017, there wasn't even nearly as many online retailers as there are now. So think about that. I'm at this is dope. Look at this. This is Clayton Crane, Frankie's Comics Virgins. We were just talking about it. Frankie's Comics has been around since 2018, apparently. And are they still going? I think they are, man. One of the longest retailers for a while. Venom issue number 7. Clayton Crane, Dylan Brock cameo. Oh Lord, you remember the Summer of Spec that was
God.
Dylan Brock and
Dylan
all that
Brock,
craziness? Holy cow!
I got sick of seeing that dog cover everywhere.
Yeah. Hey, but let's talk about this because guess what, boys and girls? Today there was announced
Yeah.
that the writer and the director of Shang-Chi is directing a new Wonder Man Disney Plus show. That's right. Wonder Man. First appearance and origin of Wonder Man, $600, $650, and a 6.5. Methinks this is going to go up. This last sale was, what, a day ago. And I think the news dropped today from Variety. So you can expect this to change. A 9.6 back in 2014 sold for $13,000. And it's not easy to find an I grade, believe it or not. These Avengers books from the early,
Issue number 9, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Here we go. I can't wait for this show to come out. I have not read the series, so I readily admit it. I am looking forward to coming into it, with virgin eyes and ears, and just everything I've seen so far looks dope. Jenny Frieson is obviously a dope artist. 1 in 100. This is graded 9.8, $713. I have a feeling a lot of Sandman books are gonna jump. Even though it's a Netflix series. There's some Netflix shows that they came out before the pandemic and they just didn't get the boom that anything that gets nowadays, right? You think about the Boys is a perfect time for it. Like Deadly Class came out at the wrong time, I think, and the wrong channel.
Definitely, for sure.
Was it on Sci-Fi? It was something
Deadly
weird.
Class was Sci-Fi. Yep.
That was Sci-Fi.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Think about it. We're getting a Warrior Nun Ariella season 2. Which I never thought would happen. I thought it was it was on for like 2 years ago or 3 years ago, and all of a sudden they announced they're going to be doing a season 1 or season 2. Which
go all the way to the Detective Comics 230. This book is an absolute ghost, but look how amazing this cover is with the Mad Hatter, Jarvis Tetch, with everything like this. This book I've been hunting for almost 2 years in a decent grade, and it's a wild book.
Yeah, first one's Mad Hatter, Raw Dog, $600. The highest one value is a 9.0 for $33,000. That was earlier this year, first January of 2020. Maybe you were thinking that. What's your sweet spot on this? 5.0, 4.0?
Yeah, 3.5 to be honest with you. But here's the deal with it.
There you go.
This is a Batman character that doesn't have a Golden Age and Silver Age version. This is his true first appearance, like Mr. Freeze. So you don't have to go back to the Silver Age. You don't have to go back to the the Golden Age. This is his true first appearance, and this is a great cover, man. Unbelievable. 3.5, 3.5, if I get it a good deal, but that's what my sweet spot is.
Yeah, what's interesting is he's the Mad Hatter, yet Batman's cowl will be enough to be on the wall, right? Because he has all these famous other
classic, man.
Yeah, the Mad Hatter of Gotham City. Oh man, there you go. Dropping knowledge on you, boys. Hey, we're just talking about Silver Surfer. This is one of my favorite Thor covers, by the way. This is Esad Ribic, 1 in 50 Thor, issue number 1. Look how gorgeous that's painted.
Oh, I love it.
Gorgeous. 1 in 50. First cover appearance of Jane Foster as Thor. $495 for 9.8. There's a new TV spot for Thor Love and Thunder where Thor goes, that's my ex. He goes, and then the court goes, oh yeah, Jodie Foster. And he goes, no, Jane Foster.
Oh my God.
It's freaking hilarious. So I wonder if hopefully Jodie Foster's getting a smile on that. I think at one point Jodie Foster was like, why are superheroes so popular? Maybe that was a little slight dig at her. The Boys, like I just said, season 3 is out, and the first.
Oh, forget it. My God.
I can't even explain to you what that scene is because I can't even believe that they did that.
You can't without being like kicked off YouTube forever for talking about it.
It is intensely graphic what this little miniature guy does to. Oh my God!
But don't you think though they are not afraid to poke fun at everybody, because remember how often they used to say, "Well, why would an Ant-Man to Thanos?" And it's just unbelievable.
Yeah. I mean, they even made fun of
the Snyder Cut.
The Snyder Cut. They did a trailer of it. And they also made fun as soon as they found out the Joker was going to be a musical, and they released the Boys musical. So they're very, very, very funny with that. It is some crazy fishmen right here. So we got this Sensation Comics number 83. Fishmen with laser guns and tridents, apparently. So $420 for a 6.5, but that is a wild cover.
That's great.
You got 52 pages for like what, 15? Where is the 10 cents. Yeah. It was so weird back then. Sometimes I wrote it out 10 instead of, just the number 10. But yeah, that's classic Wonder Woman. And whoever the Wonder Woman smashes through a victory in the Sinister Olympics. Wow, that is bonkers. But more, look at that. More, I don't think it was mostly Superman we ever seen on the Shakers list. Look at this.
Another yellow cover.
Yep, telling you. This was in 1944, issue number 28, $424 for a 5.0, man. There's something going on here. Well, it was actually just Superman Day 2, I think last week or something like that. The internet lost it when, Zack Snyder goes, my past, present, and future Superman, like he's going to be making another Superman movie. Yeah, right.
Yeah, there's a lot of rumors about Henry Cavill coming back or something too, right? So
yeah, he's busy doing a lot of stuff. So he's always telling people, I'd be back if you guys had me, blah, 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 blah.
He needs to be Captain Britain for Marvel.
Yeah.
Look at this. Blade the Vampire Hunter. And this issue, The Return of Dracula, the first solo title series featuring Blade, $395 and 9.0. Man, I got my Blade 9.0 signed by Marv Wolfman, ready to go as soon as the first trailer drops, man. As soon as it drops, I'm selling that bad boy. Shout out to Jan Guy Wynn who sold it to me. Cerebus the Aardvark. This is another classy indie book from Aardvark.
These are impossible to find. There's a lot of a lot of bootlegs out there too.
Yeah, look, this is actually it says a counterfeit. Cerebus #1 counterfeit edition sold for $382. The notorious counterfeited copy. That's amazing to me that it's people probably are looking out for counterfeited copies nowadays. You know what I mean? It's just, think about independent comics in 1977. There's a handful of them. But
they're all black and white on like really
how
bad
would you
papers.
guys know if it's a counterfeit? I don't mean to interject, but how would you know if it's a counterfeit?
Let's see. Let's look at the real one.
I forget the details on it.
Yeah.
Let me see. You go. So first issue, I'm looking at it.
Interesting. My God, I don't know.
Good
this
question.
is out of my wheelhouse. So
if Matt's in the live chat, maybe he could tell us, or somebody could. look
Matt,
up,
you're a smart guy, man. Go ahead, Matt.
Yeah, Matt DeVoe, where
Matt's
are you?
in the chat too. I see him.
Matt, how can you tell the Cerebus counterfeit copy from a regular copy? I talked about this book when it first came out. This is the Humberto Ramos D23 Expo Virgin variant. $380 for a raw copy. First time appearance of Mickey Mouse in the Marvel 616, by the way. Fun story about this is I tried to get a copy. My man Sith Lordly was at the panel that was handing these out, and there was a couple of scumbags that ran out with like 10 or 20 copies where they had promised like each person in the panel was going to get one copy. Well, these guys ran out the door with 10 or 20 copies. So shouts out to you for ruining the hobby for everybody. But Obi-Wan, how about that last episode, huh? Yo.
So the counterfeit is I just looked it up real quick. It's almost impossible to tell. It's very, very minor. It's there's a guy in the background of the cover where it's pink dots versus red dots for the color.
Really?
In the background of the cover?
Yeah.
Let's see.
So so the guy that's kind of pink there in the middle front or the back middle,
okay.
Those dots that color them, the dot pattern coloring on I think the counterfeit, it's pink, and then the real one's more of a red, which is very kind of hard to tell because pink and red in certain printings can kind of look similar.
Yeah.
Holy cow, yeah. Call me colorblind. I still can't tell between the real version and the fake versions. But Journey into Mystery. Submariner. Recent talks about look at this. Wonder Woman.
Oh, I love that David Finch cover. I think it's
Dave
great.
Finch, 1 in 100. Gorgeous.
Those are hard to find too.
Raw.
Again, it's a 1 in 100 back then when nobody's really ordering that much. And this is
especially
late
Wonder
into
Woman
the series. Yeah, it's late in the series. Brian Azzarello just left. It's being written by David Finch's wife, and he's doing the art. So it's one of those things where it's kind of an unknown factor of her ability to write and things of that sort. So like orders really drop. So it's really hard to find these 1 in 100s like that.
Yeah.
Great cover.
Especially, it even says right here, when you see the diamond, that means it's a rare find on the cover price. Just so you know. Hey, we were just talking about our fight. $325 and 9.8. This is the first appearance of Lady Deathstrike.
All right.
That's cool.
There you go.
Yeah, $325 for 9.8.
You can get that. You can find that in dollar bins. I mean,
I
Yeah.
got this.
you know what I mean? Dig it out.
Yeah,
The
I got this.
Steranko goodness right here.
Yeah, this is first appearance of Lorna Dane. Also, the last time they used the X-Men logo, and then X-Men 50 was the
Yep.
newly designed X-Men logo by Jim Steranko, which
Right
he was
there.
still complaining about to this very day. Doesn't get any royalties from. Hey, rest
Tim,
in
did you
peace to
sell
my-
it? Did the 9.8 sell?
The 9.8 sold, and I bought a BMW with the money. Well, I used it for
That's
most
how
of my
you do it,
doc-
brother.
That's the
how you do
way. I bought it for $1,500. I sold it for more than
A
quite
lot, like
a
triple.
lot more than that.
Yeah.
And I used that to put down on my new BMW X5. So hey, that's
Ooh.
use
Yo,
your
that's
comics to
talking
fund your vehicles or
Yeah.
your hobby or whatever it may be. She-Hulk. Look at this. I think this book has still got room to pop. To
It
be
does.
honest,
Oh, yeah.
first appearance of She-Hulk. People are already
Wait.
complaining how she looks, and they've already changed how she looks. Highest no value, 9.8 is $2,000.
Yeah.
Seems
No,
underpriced to me.
good, right. Stan Lee loved She-Hulk. Everybody knows that. For
Yeah.
the collectors know that. So that's
Hopefully she breaks the fourth wall like she did in the burn run.
She did,
That's,
and you have to understand that was pre-Deadpool. You know what I mean? She
Pre-Deadpool,
wasn't afraid
yeah.
to do that, and everybody was like, "What?" And no, she would say, "Are you kidding me?" Or like, it's just
exactly.
it's
She did it
unbelievable.
before Deadpool did.
Yep.
Star Wars Obi-Wan, a photo cover. Man, these were absolutely worthless back in the day. But like I was
Justin
looking at all the
Bardwell.
photo covers of like the Phantom Menace and all these other books. Man,
Yep.
they were absolutely garbage. Nobody wanted them. And now, good for them. $331 at a 9.8. Look at these awesome covers. And there's Old Man Obi-Wan.
Look at that.
That one's dope. There's some dope ones in there.
Alec Guinness right there. Those are great.
Look at the Peach Momoko.
I would probably say Obi-Wan's my favorite Jedi. I don't know if we can take a poll or real quick, but I have this conversation with my 10-year-old. I have it with my 17-year-old. Of all the Jedis right now, truly Obi-Wan is probably my favorite Jedi. I don't know about everybody else, but just have that conversation.
He's lasted the longest, and I would say a close second is Ahsoka. I mean, if you
Yep.
followed her through like the Clone Wars and everything that she's done, Ahsoka's right up there and very powerful as well. You know, from everything that she's gone through, how she renounced the Jedi Order, right? In I forgot which series it was. She says, "I can't be a Jedi because I don't believe in what you guys are doing." And sure enough, she was right. You know, the Jedi got corrupted, and then boom, there goes the dynamite. Yeah, I just get to throw that reference out there. But all right, we've kept you captive for long enough. Gabe, any last words?
Everybody, thanks for showing up. I hope everybody learned a little bit of something new today. I hope everybody looks at that Rifleman number 10 cover, get a little bit of a chuckle. Thanks for showing up, everybody. See you next Thursday.
Otto, any last words?
Absolutely happy to be back. Hopefully you'll see me a little bit more. Tomorrow night, the little sale on Whatnot. So meet me over there. Next week, we're doing a claim sale on 3 Men in the Basement. But of course, follow us over there. You know, I've been part of the Lords for a long time, and things change, and I'm back, baby. So here we go. 3 Lord LOTLB for life. So let's go.
Let's do this. So we will be back on Thursday. And to all the fathers, stepfathers, fathers of pets out there, happy Father's Day on Sunday. Go out and treat yourself. Don't barbecue. Make your family take you out to eat. You know, it's why do mothers get to eat out dinner, but then on a Father's Day, we have to cook our own food? What's up with that?
Right. I don't know. All right.
Anyway, peace out, y'all. Happy Father's Day. We'll see you guys Tuesday. Make sure you check out CovrPrice on Whatnot tomorrow at noon Pacific. They're going to give away just a bunch of free stuff, man. Join in. It's a fun time. I'll try to hop on if I can, but I have a feeling I'm going to try to sneak out, take a long lunch, and see Lightyear tomorrow. I'm
good for
really
you,
looking
man.
forward to
Good
that
for you.
Lightyear movie. Yeah, man. So until next time, boys and girls, keep digging in them long boxes. Peace out.
Shake and bake and pull it back.
Oh my God.
Come on and get some, boys. In the great hall of the Justice League, there are assembled the world's 3 greatest heroes, created from the cosmic legends of the universe. Their mission, to fight injustice, to right that which is wrong, and to serve all mankind.
Now that's a name I've not heard.
shall know that the Lord is update.
Shake and bake and pull it back.
In this you shall know that the Lord is update. In this you shall know that the Lord is update.
Go on and get some, boys. Jack, here's the deal. I'm the best there is.
In this you shall know that the Lord is update.
What's in the box?